Every once in a while, a tag video shows up, and I've been tagged by VidjaGamer to talk about 3 things from my video game collection that I'm the most proud of. We'll be talking about that today on Second Breakfast. Hello there, I am Musty Hobbit, and there's nothing that a hobbit loves more than another helping of Second Breakfast, so welcome back. I was tagged recently in a video by VidjaGamer, a fellow YouTuber and video game collector from the Midwest, and he did a video highlighting 3 video game items from his collection that he is the most proud of. And he, obviously, as tag videos go, he selected me, which means that I'm going to go through 3 things in my collection that I have never highlighted before, but that I consider to be things that I'm the most proud of. And I think some of the reason I haven't shown these is just because I feel like they all deserve their own kind of day in the sun. We'll start today. I anticipate I would like to do additional videos on these in the future, but we shall see. I will be tagging a couple people at the end, so get your brains going. It could be you. Now, one of the things I've always gravitated to is weaponry. More melee weaponry than anything else. And being as Final Fantasy and certain games in particular are kind of my bread and butter, I couldn't resist the opportunity to find a good price on a gunblade. So this is a replica of Squall's gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. It has the Lionheart logo in gold there on that. It has a little charm of Griever hanging from the handle. And the barrel actually rotates, and the trigger mechanism works as well. Now, a lot of people question the practicality of a weapon like this. There are a few different convenient explanations as to how this thing is supposed to work. There is no barrel. This is not a gun. This is a blade straight up, but it is this is true metal. It's fairly hefty, but it's one of those things I just couldn't resist the opportunity to get it, and when I got it at such a great price, I got it for like $60 off of eBay. It was something I wouldn't pass up, and you know, if any of the other Final Fantasy weaponry ever came up for that type of a price, I would probably pick it up as well. But this holds a special place for me, and again, being as I'm as fond of that game as I am, I just think it's really cool. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm pulling off the wall, and this was actually a gift that I got from Derek of the Two Dorks channel on YouTube, as well as the host of the Dollar Dorks podcast, which I have guested on previously, and he acquired these, I'm not sure through what means, but he ended up acquiring this and kind of floated it out there to see who was interested in getting them. And having watched this cartoon when I was young, I had to figure some way to get this into my own collection. And so it's sort of been sitting in the background, but this is my, these are animation cells from Captain N, the Game Master. And I have attempted every way that I can to find this scene in the show, and I just have not been able to do it. All the episodes are on YouTube. It's just a matter of time and not missing, you know, even just the smallest scene change. But we have King Hippo and Simon Belmont. Each of them are on their own individual animation cells, and then there is this background which appears to be a ship with some sort of bags of maybe grain or food or something along those lines. Maybe it's just sand. This is just really cool. It's something that makes me happy, and the fact that, you know, I came from a friend was awesome. And it's in wonderful shape. The cells, he did a fantastic job shipping it, but it is just too cool. I will display this proudly among all of my gaming stuff, but this is really cool. And again, thank you, Derek, for sending this to me. Just too cool. That's number 2. The last item that I'd like to share, and probably the thing that I'm most proud of in my collection, is an item that I can't seem to find any information about online. I have seen one other one of these on some random auction site, not eBay. But I got this in a trade for a stack of maybe 100 Pokemon cards that I picked up for $5 at a garage sale. I think I threw in maybe a copy of Pokemon Stadium as well. So I put in a very small amount, but I ended up getting this from somebody. And I'm not sure where he came across this or how he came upon this, but this is the retailer reference guide for the original Xbox. And what this effectively is the marketing materials that were released to vendors selling the original Xbox. Now, there's official business cards in here of what I assume would be the Xbox representative for the area. There's information about returns and when you would and wouldn't accept returns. It has, as you continue to look through these, you sort of start to see that there's a lot of Walmart information. So I have a feeling that this is from a Walmart somewhere, but it has information about what's coming out each month, what all the big talk is, what games to really be pushing, and some just kind of inside information, what bundles are coming up, things like that. On top of that, there are other sections on hardware, and there's these nice high color, high res images of the accessories, and there's information about Xbox Live, and then there's these full color pages highlighting some of the first party games for Xbox, or just some of the big titles that were coming out. These give all kinds of information as far as like when they're going to be doing their marketing. You can kind of see, for example, let me find Shenmue. On the back, we talk about, in September 2002, they're doing print, online, and PR. And then there's this Odyssey and POP, which started coming up in November 2002. I have no idea what these things are or like what these different kind of marketing strategies are, but there's just some really nice artwork. There's just some really interesting information. There's a page on Knights of the Old Republic, and again, a lot of the first party sports titles. I tried to organize this chronologically, but it's just, I would really at some point like to figure out where this came from and just kind of get a little bit more history on that, but I just cannot find it. There are none out there that I have seen. I don't know what the deal is there. If you have any idea on what might be the best way to pursue this, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I thought about calling the Xbox representative, although I have a feeling that number's probably not around anymore. Could always give it a try, but all in all, this item, aside from being just one of the most obscure things that I have, the fact that I got it in a trade, and that the trade really, I had less than $20 in on what I ended up getting this for, and I have a feeling that this is important in some manner. So, and being generally an Xbox guy, I think this is really cool and something that I am extremely proud of. So I want to give a big thank you to VidjaGamer for tagging me in this video. I was looking for a theme for this week's Second Breakfast, and this was kind of the perfect mix of collection, which I don't talk about enough. At its core, my channel has been about video game collecting from the beginning, and we talk news and we talk current events, but at its core, that is what I do. That's what my passion is, and so being able to talk about this is great. So I want to give 3 people, or maybe 3 groups of people, a chance to do the same. I want to hear from the Polykill guys, Jake and Travis. If you guys want to do this video together, you can. If you want to do this on your actual show, on the podcast, go for it. However you want to go about doing it. I enjoy watching your YouTube stuff when you decide to do it. I want to hear the most interesting things, the things that you are the most proud of in your collection. I would also like to tag Curtis from Girlfriend Versus, and as I did with my tag video last year, we're gonna go after the Retro Fandango boys again. Richard and Kevin, I want to hear the 3 things that you collect that you are the most proud of. And I will give you the freedom to have it not be video games if you choose. And that same goes for all of you guys. So, Polykill, Retro Fandango, and Curtis from Girlfriend Versus. I want to hear from you guys. However you want to go about doing it is totally up to you, but I'm interested to hear more. So we're going to go ahead and wrap there. If you have something that is of a special interest to you and that you want to share, please feel free to do so in the comments. And again, if you have any ideas on ways that I can sort of figure out what I have in this Xbox binder, let me know. I'm very interested to hear that. Thumbs up the video if you did, thumbs down if you didn't, and please subscribe if you are not already. But again, Second Breakfast comes out every Thursday, and I look forward to future videos. I may have something big to talk about next week. Fingers crossed, I'm hoping that we can make that happen. And we sort of close things out talking about what's been going on with me, what I've been watching and what I've been playing. This last weekend has been big with the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. I got my copy. It was actually a very stress-free event. For me, I showed up 15 minutes before Target opened. I was 15th in line and I had 0 issue. I was out of there by 8:08, had it in hand, and I was on my way to work at that point. And it's been a great weekend. I've really enjoyed playing that system. It's just so easy and so convenient, and I've been playing Super Castlevania 4. That's the October game of the month for the Cartridge Club, and this is the first time I played through that. I am nearing the end there. I'm hoping that I can get through what may be one final boss here to sort of finish and wrap that up. The system is fantastic. The form function of it is just excellent, and it's just so easy to use. If you are on the fence, I feel like it's worth it. Take my word for it if you choose. I think it's a good idea, and I would encourage you to take advantage of it if you can get one. I'm hoping that they do restock soon, maybe even this week. I'm hearing rumors of. So get out there, get one. It's totally worth it. As far as things that I have been watching, it is getting close to Halloween time. I don't really do scary movies, but we were kind of introducing my son to some staples, things like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. We've actually been watching that almost nonstop since we broke the DVD out over the weekend. We've been doing that. And I introduced him to Netflix's Voltron Legendary Defender, the sort of rebooted series that they did maybe a year ago. And that show is awesome. And I think he really digs it too. I'm very pleased that he's as into it as I had hoped that he would be. But yeah, aside from that, we watched Blade Runner last weekend in preparation for Blade Runner 2049, which I'm hoping that we get to go see this weekend. I really would like to see that very soon. I've been hearing good things, hoping that it meets expectations. Looking forward to that a lot. So I think that's going to be about it for this week. Again, thank you for coming by, and I hope that you enjoyed what happened, what I was able to talk about here today. And again, thank you again to VidjaGamer for tagging me in this topic, and I hope that those who I have tagged choose to participate, and if they don't, hey, that's cool too. But anyways, I am going to leave you there. I have been Musty. Take care of yourself. Be good to each other.